For over 6 centuries, one empire bridged Europe, Asia, and Africa, ruling from the gates of Vienna to the deserts of Arabia. Born from a small Anatolian frontier state, the Ottoman Empire would become one of history's most powerful and enduring civilizations. This is the Ottoman Empire, explained. A like helps the channel grow. Your subscription helps keep history from being forgotten. The origins of the Ottomans. The Ottoman Empire traces its origins to a small Turkish principality in northwestern Anatolia. It was founded around 1299 by a tribal leader named Osman I, from whom the empire takes its name. Osman's territory emerged from the fragmented remains of the declining Seljuk Sultanate. Early Ottomans positioned themselves strategically on the frontier between Islamic and Byzantine territories. This location attracted warriors, adventurers, and settlers seeking opportunity and religious purpose. Osman's successors gradually expanded Ottoman territory through military conquest and strategic alliances. The Ottomans skillfully absorbed neighboring Turkish principalities, unifying much of Anatolia under their rule. By the mid-14th century, Ottoman forces had crossed into Europe, gaining territory in the Balkans. This early expansion combined religious motivation, military skill, and effective political organization. Within just a few generations, the small frontier state had become a serious regional power. The conquest of Constantinople. For centuries, Constantinople stood as the resilient capital of the Byzantine Empire. Previous attempts by various powers, including earlier Ottoman sultans, had failed to capture the city. In 1453, young Sultan Mehmed II launched a determined, carefully planned siege of Constantinople. Mehmed's forces employed massive cannons, including an enormous bombard capable of breaching ancient walls. In a legendary tactical maneuver, Ottoman forces transported ships overland to bypass a protective harbor chain. After weeks of intense siege, Constantinople finally fell to Ottoman forces on May 29, 1453. This victory marked the definitive end of the 1,000-year-old Byzantine Empire. Mehmed II renamed the city Istanbul, transforming it into the new Ottoman capital. The conquest secured Ottoman dominance over crucial trade routes connecting Europe and Asia. This monumental victory earned Mehmed the enduring title the Conqueror throughout Ottoman history. Governing a vast and diverse empire, the Ottoman Empire eventually spanned 3 continents, ruling incredibly diverse populations. At the top of Ottoman government stood the Sultan, holding absolute political and religious authority. The Sultan was assisted by a Grand Vizier, who managed daily administrative and military affairs. A sophisticated bureaucracy of officials managed taxation, law, and regional governance across the empire. The empire was divided into provinces, each governed by an appointed official answerable to the Sultan. Ottoman rulers implemented a system called the millet system to manage religious diversity. This system allowed different religious communities significant autonomy over their own internal affairs. Christians, Jews, and other religious minorities generally retained freedom of worship under Ottoman rule. Islamic law, known as Sharia, formed the foundation of the empire's broader legal system. This flexible, tolerant administrative approach helped maintain stability across the empire's diverse territories. The Janissaries, the Sultan's elite force. The Ottoman military relied heavily on an elite fighting force known as the Janissaries. Janissaries were originally recruited through a controversial system called the devshirme. This system involved conscripting young Christian boys from conquered territories into Ottoman service. These boys were converted to Islam, rigorously trained, and molded into loyal, disciplined soldiers. Janissaries became renowned for their exceptional discipline, loyalty, and battlefield effectiveness. They served as the Sultan's personal guard and formed the empire's most formidable infantry unit. Janissaries were among the first military forces in the world to widely adopt firearms. Over time, Janissaries gained significant political influence, occasionally even challenging sultans' authority. Their loyalty and effectiveness played a crucial role in numerous major Ottoman military victories. The Janissary Corps remained central to Ottoman military power for several centuries.
The Golden Age, under Suleiman the Magnificent. The Ottoman Empire reached its political, military, and cultural peak under Sultan Suleiman I. Suleiman ruled from 1520 to 1566, a period widely regarded as the empire's Golden Age. Known in the West as the Magnificent, he was called the Lawgiver by his own people. Suleiman significantly expanded Ottoman territory through successful military campaigns across Europe and the Middle East. His forces captured Belgrade, much of Hungary, and advanced as far as the gates of Vienna. Suleiman reformed and standardized Ottoman legal codes, blending religious and secular law. Under his rule, Ottoman architecture flourished, highlighted by the work of famed architect Mimar Sinan. Sinan designed magnificent mosques, bridges, and public buildings across the empire. Suleiman's court became a center of art, literature, and scholarly achievement. His reign represents the height of Ottoman power, prestige, and cultural influence.
Culture, art, and daily life. Ottoman culture blended Turkish, Persian, Arab, and Byzantine artistic and intellectual traditions. Elaborate mosques, palaces, and public buildings showcase distinctive Ottoman architectural style. The Topkapi Palace in Istanbul served as the political and cultural heart of the empire. Ottoman miniature painting developed into a highly detailed and respected artistic tradition. Calligraphy held special religious and cultural significance throughout Ottoman society. Ottoman cuisine blended diverse regional influences, creating rich, lasting culinary traditions. Coffee houses became popular social hubs, spreading coffee culture from Istanbul to Europe. Ottoman literature flourished, blending poetry, historical writing, and religious scholarship. Bustling markets, called bazaars, connected traders and goods from across 3 continents. This vibrant cultural exchange made Istanbul one of the most cosmopolitan cities of its era.
Gradual decline of Ottoman power. Following its Golden Age, the Ottoman Empire gradually experienced political and military decline. Succession struggles and weaker sultans contributed to increasing internal instability. Corruption within the administrative and military systems slowly weakened effective governance. Military technology in Europe advanced rapidly, gradually eroding the Ottomans' previous battlefield advantages. Repeated military defeats against European powers steadily reduced Ottoman territorial control. The empire increasingly struggled financially, accumulating substantial debt to European creditors. Nationalist movements within Ottoman territories began challenging centralized imperial authority. The Janissary Corps, once elite, became increasingly resistant to modernization and reform. Attempts at modernization, known as the Tanzimat reforms, achieved only partial success. By the 19th century, the Ottoman Empire was widely referred to as the sick man of Europe.
The fall of the Ottoman Empire. The 19th and early 20th centuries brought continued territorial losses across Ottoman domains. Nationalist uprisings in the Balkans further fragmented the once vast Ottoman territories. The empire allied with Germany during World War I, ultimately proving a costly decision. Ottoman forces suffered significant military defeats throughout the prolonged global conflict. Following World War I's end, the empire faced occupation and territorial partition by victorious powers. This period sparked the Turkish War of Independence, led by military commander Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. Ataturk successfully resisted foreign occupation, securing Turkish sovereignty over remaining core territories. In 1922, the Ottoman Sultanate was formally abolished, ending over 6 centuries of imperial rule. In 1923, Ataturk established the modern, secular Republic of Turkey.
The Ottoman Empire's fall marked the definitive end of one of history's most influential civilizations.
From a small frontier state to a vast empire spanning 3 continents, the Ottomans left an enduring mark on politics, culture, and architecture that still shapes the modern world today. Its rise and fall remind us how even the mightiest empires must eventually adapt or fade. If you enjoyed this journey through Ottoman history, subscribe for more epic empire stories, and let us know in the comments which civilization we should explore next.